Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have Armin from Flysurfer here with us on the beach today, and he is showing us how to make our old kites fly like new again.
In this video, we'll be covering bridles and pulleys check, the mixer test, fabric air tightness test, lines and bar trim, and the long mixer test for the Flysurfer Soul.
Before you started to check the mixer, I recommend to check the spare part lines here that is running through the pulley, if they're worn out or not. You see here already they're a bit worn out. It's still okay, but you can also already start to replace it. Also, you can check the pulley. If you come a bit closer, this pulley is still quite good. If I move it here, it doesn't move too much. So this pulley here up is a little bit better in shape. It doesn't more or less move at all. If it's moving too much, you can also replace it. So latest after the second time replacing the spare part line, I recommend to change the pulley. Spare part lines, it depends where you're riding with sand or something else, between maybe 200 hours and 300 hours, I'm quite sure you should change it. And the pulleys, about after 400 hours, you should change it. But the best thing is to do it at once. And if you change it, keep the mixer at the other side, that you can copy and paste to the new side, and it makes it more easy, that you don't get lost. One of the first things you can do is check your mixer and bring it back to perfect trim. I made here an easy setup with the 2 screwdrivers. And with the 2 screwdrivers, it's easier for you to adjust it, because these 2 lines here, the A line and the sit main line, you can't adjust them. But this way, if I move it around, the 2 knots will move forward and backwards, and I can find the right position where I have to stay, that these 2 lines are at the same level. And then I can let one line go, and if I take the other line and pull with 5 kilograms, you see they're almost the same, just the B line is a little bit shorter. And also, if you look here, pulling with 5 kilograms, the C line is a bit shorter. So the mixer, we just only have to open it a little bit to bring this in shape. But for an old kite, this is quite good. When you're adjusting the mixer, you should always start first with the C line, because if you change this length here with the pulley system, it will affect the B line. So first we adjust this, and afterwards we can measure and adjust the B line. And to adjust the length, this was about 1 centimeter short. I can just move the ring. If I just open this here up, move this through the ring and got it all the way around. If I want to extend it for 1 centimeter, I have to move this ring for 2 centimeters and then close this down, pull it tight, because otherwise it will change when you ride it. And now this is extended and we can measure again. Okay, we can start over again. Now I find the right position where the knots are at the same level. It's here. Now I can let one line go, and I'm now pulling. I made it too much. Okay, we modify it a bit, and then we can. So I'm finding the right spot where I have to stay, that both lines have same length. It's here. And now I'm taking the C line again. You see here the flag. I'm putting both lines with 5 kilograms. Now they're very equal. And if I take the B line, now I can check. If I pull, they're also equal. If not, I would have to move the ring, move the ring here also up or down to extend or shorten this line. And after this, you get back to the perfect trim from the mixer. With the Soul, you can do the same. But the Soul, you can also do the long mixer test, including the bridles. So if the bridle have stretched, you also can fix this with the whole mixer. Very powerful tool. If you have a kite that is maybe 5 to 10 years old, and if you use it a lot, I would first check how the fabric looks like. You see here from the color it was faded out already, but that's not the most important point. It's more about the air tightness. If the kite is too old and it's usually fabrics are PU covered, it can get that it's not that airtight anymore. It's difficult to measure. We have a measuring machine in our home office. On the beach it's a bit more difficult. I just usually do it with my mouse, and I make it wet, and then I'm sucking, and as more you can suck the air through, as less airtight it is. So this is at your edge, you can still ride it, no problem, but it's not performing as it was brand new. Now with the Soul, we have a different fabric which has a silicone cover inside of the kite. So it lasts for about 5 times more. I think kite with normal PU cover you can ride for about 500 hours, and then it feels like this. And If you take a PU cover or silicone cover and PU cover combination or just only silicone, it lasts for about 5 times longer, so it's almost impossible to destroy it. And recoating, I can't recommend anything because the money you spend for it, it works for the first time good, and after a few sessions it's off again, so endless payment. We've got your Speed 3. How much hours do you have on it?
At least 100.
At least 100?
At least 100.
Did you buy it first hand or second hand?
Second hand.
Second hand. And the guy before?
300 hours.
300 hours, okay. That's what I was talking about this 500 hours. Then it starts slowly. And maybe there's also a good trick if you want to avoid this and want to use it even longer. Don't do it like we do it here. Just don't lay it on the grass and in the sun, because it mainly depends on the hours in the sun that is aging the kite. So if it's wet, it's not a real issue. But the main point is about 75%, which comes from aging, which ages the kite, is the ultraviolet light from the sun. So take care about it, and
Thank
you
you.
have more fun. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Okay, now we've got also your bar, also 400 hours on it.
Yes.
So I can see you pull down the strap. I realize that the backlines are too short already, but we can adjust properly the trim again for this kite. So what I do is I extend here the trimmer, fully open it, and you can then keep the bar. Zip. Okay. Zip. And now we look. If we go up with the lines, every line have the same length. Okay, I'm going up. We first can start with the front lines and look that they are the same length. Let the other one go. We'll just keep tension. Just pulling here, difficult for you to see. But one line is maybe 1 centimeter shorter than the other one. You see one line is about 1 centimeter shorter than the other line. For 400 hours flying this kite, it's quite good. So we could change it down above the trimmer, but for 1 centimeter you don't have to touch it. And now we're comparing the back lines. I keep them at the same length. Is the bar straight? No, keep it fully powered up. And look if the bar stick is straight. Now we can compare the front to back lines, and you see we have about 7 centimeters shorter back lines than the black front lines. So we can adjust this at the bar. At the older bars we had the possibility to shorten the front lines here. If you open this 8 knot, and you can move it down, that the front line gets 5 centimeters shorter. You can do time lapse, or? So we shorten the front lines, and we get the same length like the back lines. With the newer bars you can also adjust it above the floaters. We should also check that the front line and the safety line is not tangled. Here this kite is quite free, so it's fine. Otherwise untwist it and reconnect it. You should also check that the flying lines are good in shape. For this kite with 400 hours they look fine, but it could happen that they are looking less good. But you also should take care that your flying lines stay good in shape. Take care that you don't take your flying lines and get over a stone or something and bend it like this. This will break up the pre-stretch, the line will shrink, and you have to adjust it. If you've got an old bar, I also recommend to always check this wear out of the depower rope. If you're riding with sand on it, this can happen very fast, or if you have a sharp edge or something like here, and I definitely would recommend to change this line. I mean, we've got inside of this depower rope a second line with 500 kilograms of braking strength inside, but yeah, replace it before, that is more safe.
Armin earlier, and do you think this is safe?
No. It can result that
I needed expert advice on this, okay?
Okay, this is a different extension line here, which is very thick, this line, and to use the old easy line connector, it's not too safe. So you should have a different extension, or otherwise just take it out and just loop the lines into each other, and then this way it's well connected. Yeah, with the Soul you've got the chance to make even the long mixer test. That means that you can even measure the bridles, that everything has same length, and as you can see here the knots are ending at the same position, and like we did before with the trick with the 2 screwdrivers, if I move to the left these 2 knots will move, if I move to the right the knots will move again. So I find the position where they are equal, and from this on I can do a proper check. Now I take the A and Z line, for example, and pull with 5 kilograms. 5 kilograms is more than most people expect. So you see about 1 centimeter longer of the B. So grab the C, and we can compare. The C is also a little bit longer, so we can adjust this with the rings. So C has to get a little bit shorter for almost 1 centimeter. So it's the same like we do at the speed. We just shorten here, move the ring up, and this will shorten this line. If you want to have it 1 centimeter shorter, you have to move the ring for 2 centimeters. Pull it tight. To be double sure, I'm checking that A and Z is at one level, which works. And now I take the C line, pull with 5 kilograms. When I pull with 5 kilograms, they get now equal. If I just pull a little bit, you see there's 5 millimeter difference. As soon as I pull both with 5 kilograms, they become equal. Take care to have the 5 kilograms of pull. Now we can check a ring. Now we can check the B lines, and they are now too long for maybe 1.5 centimeters, so we will shorten them. To shorten the B for 1.5 centimeters, we have to move the ring for 3 centimeters. So let's do it this way. And pull it tight. And let's measure again. To start again, I take A and Z to be sure that I'm at the right place. Here it's equal. And now if I pull both with the same force, 5 kilograms, they get now really equal. So perfectly trimmed.
The short mixer tests affect the long mixer test.
Yeah. At the Soul you can do the long mixer test, because the long mixer test includes everything, the mixer and the bridles. If you just do the short one and adjust it, then the mixer, the bridles is not included, so the kite can be a bit out of shape. But with the Soul you can do the long mixer test including bridles. So with the Soul you just make the long mixer test, which is more accurate. The short one is a little bit easier, but not as accurate.
Right, so you're basically saying once you do the long, we're
You're
good.
fine, you don't have to do anything. Just make the long one and you have perfect trim.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Armin, for all your useful tips.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, guys, make sure you keep your kite in tune and in good shape, and hopefully it'll fly for many, many years. Obviously, not all kites are going to last forever, but that's why it's important you take good care of it while you have it. And if you need to, take it to a kite shop and have it looked at. And yeah, thanks again, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.
Bye.